9 o'clock here in Texas, 2 p.m. in Sydney, Australia, where a public Hanukkah celebration became the target of deadly violence. Here's where things stand right now. We know at least 15 people were killed Saturday night and many more were hurt. You can see there people huddling together on Sydney's celebrated Bondi Beach as the sounds of gunshots pierced the air. 2 suspects are in custody. What's more, police say they are related. Fox's Stephanie Bennett covering tonight's top story.
Officials say the 2 suspects were a father and son. The 50-year-old father was shot and killed by police, while the 24-year-old son is in critical but stable condition. Police say the father held a firearms license for several years, owning 6 weapons. All 6 were found at the scene. Australia has strict gun laws, and officials say they will look at making them even stricter. The Australian Prime Minister said this was an act of pure evil, anti-Semitism and terrorism. He was asked if the government had failed the Jewish community. Here's his response.
This is a time where all Australians need to wrap our arms around Jewish Australians. So we stand with them. We stand against anti-Semitism. We will do whatever is necessary to stamp it out.
It all started just before 7 p.m. Witnesses say 2 gunmen began firing from a bridge towards people celebrating the first day of Hanukkah, and a public menorah lighting was about to begin. Police say several improvised explosive devices were also found in one of the suspects' cars. No motive has been released. A bystander is being called a hero after disarming one of the suspects. He has been identified by local media as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a fruit shop owner. He was injured and is at a local hospital. President Donald Trump recognized his brave efforts.
A very, very brave person, actually, who went and attacked frontally one of the shooters and saved a lot of lives. So, very brave person who's right now in the hospital, pretty seriously wounded. So, great respect to that man that did that.
For now, police in London, Berlin, and New York will step up security efforts at Jewish sites. In London, Stephanie Bennett, Fox News.
As the world mourns, so does North Texas. The Metroplex is home to one of the fastest growing Jewish communities in the whole nation. And on this first night of Hanukkah, many are now grappling with grief. Fox 4's Vanya Castillo joins us live with local reaction and how victims are being remembered. Vanya.
Hi, Casey. Yeah, well, a mass shooting in Australia might seem far away. Here in North Texas, it hit close to home for some in the Jewish community. Now, tonight, they're not just lighting a candle for Hanukkah, but for those who no longer can. In North Dallas, a menorah stands tall. People dance and pray as armed security stands watch.
We want the world to see, particularly when the world gets a little dark. And there's a lot of questions that we don't know the answer.
It's the first night of Hanukkah, but this year the light comes with the weight of at least 15 people killed in a mass shooting at a Hanukkah festival in Sydney, Australia.
Anytime one of these attacks happens to in the Jewish community, no matter where it is in the world, we feel it here.
Australian officials say the attack was carried out by a father and son. More than 3 dozen people hospitalized, including a surviving gunman.
So waking up this morning and seeing the news from Bondi Beach was both horrifying and shocking, but also predictable.
Predictable because this is not unfamiliar.
We can never normalize it. We can never accept it as something we've just become accustomed to. But it's something that's become very prevalent.
But pride doesn't erase fear.
It's something we're dealing with on a daily basis, and it's something we're thinking if you go to a if you go to a synagogue in Dallas, at the very least you're going to be walking past security officers. At the there have been gates built at more than one synagogue here in Dallas in the last 2 years.
On this first day of Hanukkah, joy and grief exist side by side.
What we do is we celebrate more. If there's darkness, we shed more light.
Security is visible here, a reminder of the risk.
It's obvious, it's sad. It's sad that we live in a time that every time we have an event, there has to be security. And we don't rely on miracles. There are people who hate.
But Rabbi Mendel Dubrovsky says the menorah is meant to be seen and that darkness is not a reason to dim the light. And for him, the violence is not distant.
Our hearts go out. I know the young man whose life was just snuffed away. His mom is my wife's first cousin, so it's very personal.
But through it all, many are giving thanks to a bystander who tackled one of the attackers and wrestled a gun from his hands.
Grateful.
What a hero. What a selfless person. And it's absolutely incredible.
Because in the darkness is where the light shines brightest.
I see a lot of people buzzing on social media about the Islamist attackers. There needs to be more people amplifying the story of the Muslim man who saved lives.
And on Sunday night, they light the candles for those who can't.
But if you would ask the rabbis whose lives were taken, what should we do? They would say, you better. If there's ever a time that we celebrate, light is necessarily when it is darkest.
Well, Rabbi Dubrowski says that they will continue to sing and dance and be a light in the darkness. Back to you, Casey.
Embracing the light and love of the season, that's all you can do. Fox 4's Vanya Castillo reporting live for us. Vanya, thanks.